Hello, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Welcome to my page. This is Sally coming at you from Riverside, California. I'm the owner and business managers of this business page. I usually come in for quick lives to give some tips about like marketing, social media, advertising. So today I'm coming to share with you some tips that I learned about branding. I have been reading this book for some time. It's called Married to the Brand by William McEwan. It's really a very good book, and I'm not even done with the first half of it, but it's full of like good nuggets in there. So I just wanted to hop in today and share some of the information that I have had, and hopefully it's going to benefit some of you guys. So the first thing, it starts by defining the branding. What is the branding? So the branding is the process of creating a unique identity for a business in the mind of the consumers or the targeted audience, and it's mainly to set them apart from others. So this is the simple definition of branding. What does branding mean? Over the years, branding was, especially in the past, branding was mainly used to set like businesses apart. So like the Nike has their logo, has their sign, Adidas has a different sign. So it was mainly the main reason behind branding is to set businesses apart and to just have this unique sign or unique logo to kind of differentiate and split between them. But over time, this has actually changed. The perception and the definition of branding took a lot of changes and more depth because of all the competition in the market, and because of being now into more digital world, and just like there is a lot of things going on that has affected the branding in itself. So now the most accurate definition of branding is creating actually the expression and the definition behind the product. So it's not just what does the product do for you as a benefit, it's the whole expression. So let me give you an example, like somebody who goes to Starbucks like every day. I see every day people leaving their work on the break and going to Starbucks to grab like a cup of coffee. I'm sure like most of you who work in businesses or in offices, those employees, they do have break rooms, and they do have coffee makers, and they do have like maybe even in the office the coffee makers, like, you know, they can make coffee like numerous times, like it's free of charge probably because it's for all the employees. So what makes people go to grab a cup of coffee from Starbucks? I mean, I get it, like they have tasty coffee, but it's not just the coffee, it's the whole experience. Some people escape to go during the break to Starbucks because they want this time away from their desk, away from their stress. They want their name to be called when their drink is ready. Like the barista, usually they put their name on the cup, and once it's ready, they call the name for the person to come pick up their drink, right? So they need this maybe attention, or they need to hear their name to go pick up their favorite drink. Maybe somebody like the atmosphere, or like maybe the music that they hear when they go to Starbucks. So there is a lot into branding, more than just a name or more than just a sign, right? Apart from that, like creating the experience behind the branding, it's something that keeps the consumer or the customer very engaged and keep them actually always want to go. And it's beyond the cup of coffee that you can drink. Maybe the coffee that they offer in the office, maybe it's more tasty than the one that they can get from Starbucks, but they still want the whole experience. The book actually touches on the most successful brands and what they do in order for them to stay successful and to stay on top of the game. And they actually found out that the brands that they thrive in the market, they actually offer the value, and they offer a return to the consumer once or twice or every month. No, they consistently offer the return or the value to the consumer every single time the consumer engages with the product. This is what actually sets them apart from the crowd, because they are consistent and they provide the same incredible experience for their customers every time they come in, and this is why they keep them engaged. So we cannot deny the importance of having a value in the product. Like if we go back to the Starbucks example, like the cup of coffee has a lot of benefits in it, right? Whether it keeps you alert or like awake, keeps you like helps you focus when you are working or you're studying or whatever. So this is a benefit. Another benefit that kind of it boosts your mood. Like I'm one of the people, like I love coffee, and it just like when I drink coffee it just changes my mood. I just love it. Some people maybe like would have a lot of health benefits, like maybe if you have low blood pressure, coffee can help like raise your blood pressure a little bit. So there is a benefit in the product, but that's not it. The benefit of the product, if you want to stand out, you know, in your niche, or you want to, you know, just be unique in the market, it's good to have a benefit for the product, but that's not it. That's barely enough for you to make it, to have a seat on the table, but it's not enough for you to compete. So the benefit is one good thing to have, but it's not enough to compete. So what do you need in order to compete? In order to compete, actually, just you have to focus on creating a unique and emotional bond with your consumer. The emotional part plays the main thing. It can make it or break it for you. Why? Because you as a marketer has to always focus on your main goal. So is your main goal that a customer would come to you and just be aware of your brand, or you want a more long-lasting relationship? Think of somebody going to the grocery store to buy some stuff. So they can go if they are looking for pasta or like for tomato sauce or something. If they don't care about the brand, they will just maybe look at the cheapest. They will maybe look at whatever, like, you know, wrapping or like the packaging from outside, whatever appeals to them, and just will throw it in the cart because they just don't care. They don't have any emotional connection with somebody. But when you speak to somebody who buys a specific brand because of the emotional connection, like maybe like, you know, like this mayonnaise or something reminds you of your grandma making you sandwiches when you were young. So it kind of like whatever, even no matter how much this mayonnaise, like the price will go up, it doesn't matter. You're gonna still put your hand in the wallet and pay it, even if it goes up like $1 or $2. Why? Because you don't look at the price tag anymore. You're looking at the value and the experience that this product is giving you. It brings you memories, which is something priceless. It's something that even if you buy more delicious mayonnaise, it's not gonna bring you the same memory or the same experience. Does that make sense? So this is the key thing that I wanted to talk about or touch on today, that we all get in the habit of, like, you know, branding ourselves, or like, you know, doing marketing the way that everybody does, but we lack the vision of what makes us unique and also what makes the people attracted to us. So we have to have a deep dive in there. And the author here is saying in the Merit to the Brand, like in the book, he's saying that this is very hard for marketers to do because this is actually very hard for some marketers to do, because now consumers are swimming in a sea of sameness. Sea of sameness means like everything around them is the same. They see everything around them is the same. Some consumers cannot really differentiate between brands. Like a car is just a car. Like for me, like I drive a car, and the most important thing for me is like the car can take me from point A to point B without it, you know, breaking on me. Like I don't want it to be broken. I don't care about like the interior design. I don't care, like as long as it's a good car, it does the job, it takes me wherever I want to go. I don't care. When I am compared with my husband as a consumer, it's completely different story. You know, he does cares a lot about the interior design of the car, about like the dashboard, the instrumental side of it, like the horsepower and all that, you know, stuff that I don't, you know, pay attention to. So we are different consumers. So when a brand comes and market a car for me, it's completely different when they go market a car for my husband, because we are different consumers. So you have to understand where your consumer is coming from, and you have to understand that many consumers, there is a huge part of people that see products are alike, like a Honda is like Toyota, is like, you know, Ford. They don't see a lot of differences. They are all for them similar. So how can you stand out? How can you try to create a brand marriage, not just brand awareness? How can you put your brand and be strong in your branding message, that you put it in front of the right audience? So they are saying that there are three main things that a marketer should do, which is the think, feel, do behavior, or like a think, feel, do approach. So think means think about your customers. What are they doing, and why are they doing it? So this will give you a clear idea when you think about this. What is their needs? What are they looking for, and what are they doing to get what they need? This will help you a lot in targeting your message. When you target your audience and you have a message out there, it's going to be more focused, because you understand, you put in some thought, and you understand where your customers are coming from, what their needs are, and how they think. So this is the first thing. The second thing is feel. Feel means understand the basic drivers behind your clients or your customers. What makes them engaged in one brand and not the other? What drives them to take an action? Or in other words, what influences them and push them to take the action to say, like, yeah, I'm gonna go with that brand, I'm gonna buy this product, I'm gonna, you know, choose to move forward with this. So what influences their decision? What drives them? You have one of three things, because every product has a function. As we talked about the coffee, like it has the main benefit, the function of the coffee, and there is also the emotional side of it. What do you feel when you walk into a Starbucks to grab a cup of coffee? So it's beyond the coffee itself, it's the atmosphere, it's the whole experience. So this is what they are saying about the emotional side of it. And then the third thing is the social aspect. So the brand, how does the brand fit into the society? And like it's kind of looking at the bigger picture. So like, what does a Starbucks do in the society? As a, like maybe they are creating, you know, job opportunities for people. Maybe the charity that they are doing, how sustainable this brand is in the future, and stuff like that. So when you're branding yourself, when you're trying to target, and you're trying to target your audience and trying to market your brand, you have to keep these three points in your mind. And then the do, which is the third thing. So we had the think, and then we had the feel, and then we had the do, which is the third and the last thing that you should do as a marketer, that you go and do all this. So you go and try to design the total experience for your customer, so that they will be attracted to your product. Why? Because you understood the consumer. You spent some time studying and understanding their behavior and where they are coming from, and you felt what makes them go and like their emotions, what makes them try a product or be attached or be married even to that product, and then you went and did it. So when you do it, you have a better chance of standing out from the crowd, and having a better chance that your customers or your clients will not just try your product and just like once and for all and then turn their back and never come again. You will have more of consistent clients who are happy with your brand, because you deliver the whole experience. You mix the benefits of the product with the emotional experience that they are looking for, and the quality, of course, of it, and you understand the three pillars or the perspectives of branding your product. So that's the whole idea of it. I know it sounds a lot, and this is not something like it's still in the works, like I'm still maybe taking baby steps. It's not something that you are going to overnight, you know, like shift your gears and you're gonna just change your style in a day or two. there is a lot of work to it, but I just wanted to talk about it and to grab your attention that this is something very crucial if you are like whatever, like you're a marketer or like you work in social media or in advertising, or you're even an employee who works in marketing. Like this is a crucial thing that helps you stand out and helps you create long-lasting relationships with your clients and your customers, and have more satisfied clients. So again, this was just few tips from this book, again, Married to the Brand. And I hope you find this helpful, and I hope you learned something different about like branding and marketing. And let me know if there is a special topic that you would like me to talk about, or like anything in specific that you'd like to hear about in social media or marketing or branding. I will be happy to come and do another live on this topic. You can leave me a comment below the post, below the live here, and I will see you again in the next live. Thank you and have a good night.